Good morning, everyone. It's Fiona from Fiona's Creations, and I'm here for my usual Friday fun polls. So we'll just give it some time. Well, time ran away from me for sure. Okay. Just waiting and seeing if I'm live here. Don't think. Don't think I'm coming up on YouTube. Let's have a look. Your channel. Yep, I think I'm on. All right. Okay, let's get going. First of all, thank you to everyone who subscribed to my YouTube channel. I was so over the moon. Mind you, I was over the moon with just 30 subscribers because I was sitting on 19 for I don't know how long. And yeah, and then I asked all my crafty friends, and they hopped on and helped me get to 50, and I hope to grow even more. So today what we're going to do is, I love doing fun polls. So I'm going to be creating this pop-up fun poll card. Oops, if I have it the right way. Now, this card, I saw this pop-up card by Scrap with Steph on YouTube. Now, the lighting is not the best, so let me know. If you're watching, hop on and say hello so I know who's watching with me or watching my, not with me, but watching my tutorial. So I think I've got everything down pat. I've made reminders to make sure that I zoom out once I zoom in because I keep forgetting, and to keep watching the comments. Lovely. I've got Lynn here. Good morning, Lynn. Lovely to have you join me. All right. So I don't know if you saw this, but this is the card I'm going to show you. Okay. So I've got all my bits and pieces ready. So I'll put the measurements up for you now so that you can make a note of it. So I've got the card base at measuring 14 centimeters by 28. I don't do metric, but this card worked out better with metric. When I do get the measurements in imperial, then I prefer working with imperial. So that's the card base. I probably shouldn't put it as, now we need 2 pieces. So that's coming up now for the mechanism, which is, we're going to name it piece A, which measures 18 centimeters by 4 centimeters. That's on the screen right now. The next piece, which is piece B, which is also part of the mechanism, that measures 4 centimeters by 12 centimeters. So that's 12 by 4. Then we need another piece, which is piece C, which measures 14 centimeters by 10 centimeters. And then finally, we need piece D, which the original measurement was 10 by 7, but I made it 10.9 by 7 centimeters. Okay. So we'll keep that there to the side. I've already got my line scored. So with piece A, are you going to be crafting with me? Piece A, I scored it at 2 and then at 14 centimeters. So once you've got that, you got to make a mountain fold, and then this one becomes a valley fold. So it needs to look like a Z or a Z, depending on where you're watching from. So a Z fold, well, a Z, yeah, it looks like a Z. Okay, so again, the 2 centimeter side, mountain, and the end where it measures at the 14 centimeter, it's a valley. Okay, so that stays in there. This piece B, I've just scored it at 2 centimeters. Now you don't need to burnish that or fold that. That's mainly just to give you a marker to where you're going to put your glue, to apply your glue. Okay, right. Now before we glue these things down, we want to put our DSP in. So this measures 13.7 by 13.7 centimeters. This DSP is the In Colors. I'm using Summer Splash. Okay, so what I thought was, since I've written on this side, I might just put this here, and let's glue this down before we put our mechanism in. So I'm going to get my right. So where are you, Lynn? In Australia or? I think you sent me your address. I'm pretty sure. So I'm pretty sure yours was, you're watching from New South Wales, I think, if I remember. Okay, so let's put this down. Okay. No, I run out of Tombow glue and I still haven't purchased any, so it doesn't give you that wiggle room. Hope I've measured this correctly. I don't like working with why does it feel like, oh yeah, good. Okay, let's put that down. And then the next one, I'll show you another card that I completed, and I really like that. This is not my favorite thing to work with. In saying that, though, you don't get sticky fingers, so that's a good thing. Oh my Lord, I put it on the wrong side. Never mind, I'll keep that for another card. Okay, let's cut that down. So what did we say? 13.7. Wouldn't be me if I didn't make a mistake. 13.7. Let's put that down there. Okay, so we want the glue on this side. Want a little bit of contrast, so that's why I didn't want it. Otherwise, it would be too busy. Okay, here we go. I like standing up. Works better for me. Okay. Now that we've got that down, oops, sorry. I hope I didn't knock my camera. Now we need piece A. And what we want to do is we want to apply glue on the 2 centimeter section. Okay. Okay, come on. Now with this, you definitely need Tombow or a heavy duty glue. Tear and tape or the sticky thing won't work. Now, what we need to do is try and center this piece. So, yesterday, 13.7. So no, so we're taking the full, which is 14. So 7 centimeters is the middle. You can eyeball it. Now what you want to do is you want to make sure that this tab is on the right, on the left. Okay. So that's 7 there. Now you also want to make sure that you're able to fold this down. Okay. Now give it some time. Where's my bone folder? Just make sure you burnish that well. All right. Leave that for the moment. Now you want piece C, which is the 14 by 10, 14 by 10 centimeters. I've scored it at 1.5 centimeters and at 12.5 centimeters. Okay. Or you can do 1.5, flip it, and then do 1.5 there. Okay. Oh, got a little bit of spit there. So burnish that. Now keep that aside. Piece B is this mechanism for the 2 pieces that we need for the mechanism. You got to line this up to this edge here. Don't stick anything just yet. Leave that for the moment. And what you want to do is, what I find easy was just take one of your, I use this low tack tape just to hold it down so it doesn't move. Now you need to get this piece. This needs to line up with piece B on this edge here. And it has to line up on the top and the bottom edge. Okay. So once again, place piece B on top of piece A. Make sure they line up at the right edge. Hold it down with a low tack tape. Then this edge must line up with this top edge, at the side edge here of piece C. And they must line up at the bottom and the top. Okay. Now, what we need to do is apply glue to the top tab. Let me know if this all makes sense. And now just fold that in. Hold that down. Okay. Lift that over. Now what you need to do is apply glue to this 2 centimeter tab. Okay, remember we made that score line. So that's where you would apply glue right up to that score line. Okay. Now bring this flap over and make sure that that glue dries up. Now I should have put that at the bottom because that's showing now. So what I'm going to do is, you don't need to cover that. I'm going to put a piece because that shows up there, my writing. So I'll need to put some DSP. You don't need to do that, but because I've made that boo-boo, I don't know if I have any pieces left. Yep, I do. So let's get that. Okay, so let's cut this down. I made notes for myself and I didn't realize that I just can see that peeking out. So I need to cut this down. About 4 centimeters. This is so that I can cover this space that I think it looks better anyway. Well, so you want to make sure when you're marking your pieces that you mark it with pencil. I wrote it with pen, so I can't even remove it. Okay. This is not part of the instruction, but again, you know, it's something that can be seen when the mechanism is glued on. So you can see that bit. So yeah, you know what? It looks much better now, I think. Right. So now where were we? Okay. So yeah, we've got that glued down. Now we want to add glue to this bottom tab. Okay. And now you want to glue that down to the card base. You need to make sure that this is really well glued down because this definitely gets a workout. Now you can remove this. Now this is where this piece comes in. That's where this piece comes in. Okay. Oh, hi, Monica. Oops. So this measures 10.7 by 7 centimeters. The measurements are across the bottom. So if you want to have a look. Now, Steph's measurements were 10 by 7. So actually, this is not, I mean, this is the one that I changed. So I thought it looks better that it lines up at the top and the bottom. Now, before we do this, you need to score this side, okay? On piece B, all right? So you want to put it right up to the edge and just score that gently. Okay. Give that a good crease. I'll leave it there. Okay, now what we want to do is we want to apply glue on this tab here. Then fold that over. Really burnish that well. Now, yes, there is a bit of a gap, but it works better because I'll show you the card that I made last night, and I had to pull this apart because I went too close to the edge. Okay. Now, once more, you have to add glue to make sure that piece B adheres to piece A. Okay, that was the first piece that we put down. So there are two parts to the mechanism. And let's keep our fingers crossed and hope this works. I'll leave that for the moment. Now, you can probably put a piece of cardstock here for your message. I haven't decided how I want to do the inside, but I don't want to keep it too busy. And let's hope this works. Now, you just have to work it a few times for it to fold in. And back and forth. So this one, I'm going to make a few more adjustments to this because I feel that this pops out a little bit. So rather than make this 28, I might just increase it a little. Because it doesn't matter what I do, and I think steps was like that too. So I don't like it sticking out, but you could adjust the measurements there. See, yep, it's working. Right. Do you like that? Oh, thanks. Thanks, Monica. Now, for my front cover, I want to tell you where I got my inspiration. So you can get inspiration anywhere, really. So I often look at framed artwork, and I'll show you. Put that on the screen. That's where I got my inspiration for my card, for the front. And I'll tell you how I did this. So I'll take it off. Okay. So what I did was I took two pieces. You know what happened? I had the sticky, the piece that I had glue on. It stuck to all mine. Okay. Nothing crazy. And I just placed it. So what I did was I measured it. That's where my lines are. Can you see my lines? So all I did was I placed this like that, and then took the other one, the other 6x6 piece, and I went in as far as I could. That's the only way I could work it out. And then what I did was I took a repositionable tape, just glued that down there, and then turned this upside down, took a pencil, marked it all around. And then since that was glued temporarily, I just took it to the trimmer like that, and then just cut the lines. And then what I did was took the stylish squares, stylish shape, and then I placed this in the middle there. And that's how I got this. Okay. So try it out. That's, you know, you can get inspiration. I've done many, well, a few card layouts, just looking at framed pictures, framed artwork. So, and after I put my, what's this, foam adhesive strips, I realized I could have done a shaker card as well, but never mind. We'll remove the tape. So try it out. You'll be amazed that, you know, with all the different layouts that you can come up with. So I prepared all of this earlier so that otherwise it gets too long. Try to keep it to about 40 minutes. If you see any fun polls that you like, I pretty much work them out, some, you know, but sometimes I do struggle. I love to give it a go, making sure I've got all that out. Okay. So what we want, I might stand up for this. Hopefully, it's a bit hard when you've got all this bulk. Okay, I forgot to tell you, once you do the overlapping of the two pieces, you have this little piece that can be seen, and I felt that there was too much of the summer splash color. So what I did was I just tucked in a square piece of basic white cardstock and glued it to the top here, and then just cut that, okay, just to give it a little bit of contrast. So now I've already colored my flowers. I used Calypso Coral and Granny Apple Green. Now for my little flower pot, again, if you haven't got the, what's it called again? The flowers, Country Flowers bundle, which has all these images, don't worry, you can use any of your dies. Just go through your stash. So what I did was I used the fancy labels die, and then that's where I got my flower pot. And just cut the top off. Now I did some ink swiping. So obviously the piece of cardstock was bigger. It's much easier to do it when you have a bigger piece of cardstock to do the ink swipe, and then cut out your shape. Okay, so that's where I got my little flower pot. That's a little tip for you. I'm just going to place that in the middle there. I'm not going to put dimensionals because there's a lot of dimension on this card. So but maybe I can put this one a little bit higher. All right, so let's glue this down. And we'll place that about there. And then I'm going to put some dimensionals on this. Let me know, do you like to see me coloring things? I mean, I'm not a great fan of doing coloring. I don't know. And mind you, I have no tips or anything to share when it comes to coloring. I just wing it. And the Stampin' Blends do the talking anyway. So all I did was use the light and dark of both the blends. So we can go up a little higher, I think. Okay, let me just clean up my mess. Now, the one thing I struggle with is putting sentiments. I find it hard. I never can find a place. I just don't find the right this thing for it. So I struggle with that. However, let's try and see if we can do something with, I did have, where's my sentiment? I think it's worthy of a happy birthday, I think. Happy birthday. Or maybe I could put a happy birthday across. Or maybe let's celebrate. Okay, let's see what we can do here. That's one thing I struggle with every single time. Let's go back to my comments, making sure. Thank you, Monica. Thank you so much. Thank you, Anita. Yes, it's really, I mean, I've got a Pinterest page with just framed artwork. And, there's only that much. I mean, card sketches are everywhere, but it's really nice when you look at the framed artwork. I mean, I'm not sure. I'm sure it's done easier. There's an easier way, but I found that that was the only way I could work it out. All right. So let's go and let's celebrate, I think. What do you reckon? Let's celebrate or happy birthday? We'll see. Let's get that. Get some white scrap. And Summer Splash. Oh, where is my Summer Splash? Okay. I haven't used any of the in colors. Okay. Last week I had Monica watching and I zoomed in because I don't have anyone that, I mean, Sue is always here watching me. I never tend to watch comments because I'm always crafting on my own. So I made a note and I said last week, thank God I looked at Monica's comment, and she said, Fiona, can you please zoom out? I said, oh my God, thank God I looked at that comment, because I would have been, keeping on my demonstrating and not realizing that I had zoomed in. Okay, so I've done the happy birthday. Let's see. So let's celebrate. So I'm using the sentiment from the Simply Said. And I think there's heaps of sentiments here that you can use. So it covers everything, really. It's got birthday, thinking of you, thank you, miss you, just a note. So this is a really nice set. So worth every penny. Okay, so what do? Let's, I think I might make that narrower. Let's get this out. Stylish shape. No, that doesn't even fit. See, when I get something, okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to do partial die cutting. So we'll keep that there. All right, let me get my sticky tape. Got my I'm not going to bring my what you call it, my cut and emboss there, because the whole thing will start shaking. So with partial die cutting, I won't cut that right through. I'll just place that there. And then I'll snip the edge off. Okay, let's go out a bit. Sorry. I don't know if this was a good idea, but yeah, I don't think that was a good idea. But I can cover that up, I'm sure. I think Let's Celebrate will be good. No, I don't like that. Let me see. I don't have anything that might cut a thin strip. Looking. Any die? You know what? I'll just cut it out with a scissor. So since I've stuck that up, let's use Happy Birthday. Let's go the old-fashioned way and the simple way. I still think this is too wide. I need to make this thinner. Let's move that out. Things are getting a bit hectic here because it's looking a bit messy. So let's move that. Yep, that's better. And we'll cut that off here. Nope, it's going to get chopped off. Ooh, manage that. Okay. Now let's cut this off here. And I'll show you my other card that I made using the country birdhouse. Is that what it's called? Okay. I think we'll put that like that. Yep. What do you think? Stick that there. And there you have it. A fun fold pop art card. I'll decorate the inside. I'll show you another finished card that I did yesterday. I'm quite happy with how that turned out, actually. This is the birdhouse. So I used this as the bird bath. This piece here. And what I did was just to give it a glazed look for the bird bath, I applied Versamark onto basic gray, basic black? No, what's it called again? Basic gray. And put some clear embossing powder. With these little water splashes, I got that from the Hippo dyes. And this is the inside. Now this I used the Grassy Groves dyes. Now what I did with this, another tip, because this looks so straight and I didn't want it to look, straight, what I did was I cut out the piece, did partial die cutting, moved this up a little bit and got that top edge done so I could extend the height. And then what I did was I took this piece, this die, and then placed it on the top there just to give it a rounded edge. So if you have the Grassy Groves die, just use that. So that's what I did. I placed it like that and then cut the whole thing. So it gave it more a rounded look rather than a straight edge. All right. Now, if you like that look, that's fine. But I thought I'll share that with you. What do you think about this? Now, this one, as I said, I stuck it very close to the edge of this top piece and I had to rip it, so it got a little bit damaged. But what do you think? Do you like that? So here are my two cards. I will finish the inside and what do you think, ladies? Thank you so much, making sure I haven't missed out on any comments. Oh, thank you, Jen. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So thank you so much for hopping on. Yes, I'll be back next Friday. However, I've got an appointment. I have to take the dogs to the dog wash. So I'll come on at 9:30 instead of 9. Okay. But I'll post it on my YouTube and Facebook channel, Facebook page. Thank you once again. Have a good weekend. And I'll see you all next Friday. And thank you to everyone who subscribed. Keep that coming. Share it with your friends. I've got a lot of cards to make and I'm busy. So I've got all my pieces ready for all of you to get cards from me. Okay? Thank you once again. Bye for now. Take care, everyone.